So we saw last time when we solved the integer program by putting integer restrictions on the variables themselves, adding that constraint to the model, that we got the following solution. Buy 4 townhouses, buy 2 apartment buildings for a total net present value or annual cash flow of $70,000. This was in thousands. Um, so one of the things that you should have noticed is when we ran the solution and clicked OK on the dialog box, we got this thing, right? There's under reports, we no longer have the sensitivity report or the limits report. So the one that we focused on a lot was the sensitivity report in linear programming because it gave us a way to see how robust the solution was, right? So we could look at the range of optimality, we could look at the range of feasibility, we could look at shadow prices, things like that that would allow us to figure out how robust our solution to the linear program was. Now the only report we have an option for is an answer report. So that can be somewhat helpful, right? It shows us the binding constraints, but we can see that from the result also, right? So the real issue now is that we do not have a sensitivity report. So how do we do a sensitivity analysis in order to make sure that the solution is robust, right? So because the feasible region is no longer smooth, right? We're jumping from point to point now. We don't have a nice smooth plane, hyperplane that we're going over. We cannot generate a sensitivity report. And any change in any coefficient in the integer program or mixed integer program can drastically change the optimal solution. So the most common approach to see how robust our MIP is to resolve the integer program several times with different variations in the coefficients. So instead of back here we had $10,000 for the objective function for townhouses, what happens if that changes to $12,000? Do we still want to buy 4 townhouses and 2 apartment buildings? Or does the mix change? Or what happens if a townhouse really does not cost $282,000, but instead costs $312,000? Then what do we want to do? Right, so things like that, we would have to actually go in, change these numbers, resolve it, and look to see what the optimal integer solution is in order to figure out how robust our solution is. So we're not going to do that, but that's how you would conduct sensitivity analysis for integer programs. There are other ways also, but that's the most straightforward brute force approach way of doing it.